The party
Guy
was lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
Alright, this is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother, Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the movie Galaxy Quest.
Yes,
But
we are.
before-
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I was going to say something, but then I took a sip of my drink.
So speaking of drinks, let's talk about what are you drinking?
I am just having you know me, I'm trying to lose some weight, so I'm drinking a vodka tonic. It's only 120 calories.
Ooh, fancy. All right. So my drink was called a Galaxy, and it had ice in it to help keep the different colors, and it was supposed to be purple, green, and blue. But as the ice has started to melt, those three colors have joined each other. So now instead of looking like the galaxy, it looks like a black hole.
Oh, Betta, are you not enjoying your hot dog ticks? Whatever they were called. What was it? The hot dog tick sandwich or soup? I was like, just like mother used to make. I'm like, your mother made it bad, and she didn't make
Right.
she didn't make your hot dog tick soup good at all. It just looked like bugs with water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. It was something else. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Galaxy Quest, or the movie Galaxy Quest. So this
Mhm.
movie, so the stars of a 1970s sci-fi show that has been canceled since the 70s because it's not the 70s anymore,
Mhm.
is now scraping by making a living through reruns and sci-fi conventions. But they are beamed aboard a spacecraft, an alien spacecraft, believing that the cast of the historical, the heroic drama are actually historical documents of real life adventures. The band of aliens turns to the celebrities for help in their quest against the oppressive regime in their solar system. Sorry, my drink's a little strong, apparently. I took a couple sips and
That's
I
okay.
can't read all
Hey.
the time.
We all get there sometimes. It's fine.
So this movie has a great cast. It's got Tim Allen in it, Sigourney Weaver. It's a very early Rainn Wilson before The Office and all of that. He is an alien in this. It's got, I can never remember his name, but he plays on the TV show Monk.
Tony Showball or whatever.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So
Shalhoub was his
Shalhoub,
name.
yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Did you see this movie when it originally came out? Because it came out in the late, like 1999.
I didn't see it like in theaters, but I did see it like on DVD when it came out on DVD.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing it because in my apartment that I lived in at the time, because I was in college. So I remember I did not go to the movies much because I was 4 back then. So all right. So
Well, can I ask you a question real quick? The TV show, was it called Galaxy Quest? What was the name of the TV show? It doesn't matter.
it did have the name Galaxy in it. Was it Galaxy
Yeah,
Quest?
no, yeah, it was called Galaxy Quest. Would you have watched this show? I don't know if you're a big like Trekkie or anything, but would you have watched this show? Be honest.
No.
Oh, I would have watched the shit out of it.
The only time I watched even Star Trek and I didn't last long was only because Will Wheaton was on it and I thought he was super cute. Do you remember? Do you remember when I sent off and got an autographed picture of him back when I was like in 6th or 7th grade? And our brother and our dad teased the shit out of me.
Why would I remember that? I
No.
mean, Will Wheaton's a douche. Okay, so continue,
Well,
continue. I'm
the
listening.
younger me thought he was a little cutie patootie.
Maybe he's not so much now. More like a fatty
Oh,
potato.
no, no, no. When I saw him on The Big Bang Theory, I was like, wait, what happened? He did not age well. So,
Your life happened to him for sure.
all right. So this movie starts where they're at a actual Galaxy Quest convention. Like it's specifically for this show. Um, there are a ton of people like at every, because if you've never been to Comic-Con, this is kind of like what one of their panels looks like. Like people
Yeah, it's
dress up.
yeah. It's like a Star Wars or like a Star Trek convention. You know, you dress
Yeah.
up as costumes. I've been to Comic Cons, plenty of cons and
Yep.
everything. It's super fun. Go ahead.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. My favorite thing about Comic-Con, if you ever go, is go to the costume contest. It is amazing to hear how many hours these people put into their costumes and how great.
Mike, yeah, I just want to say something about okay, so I want to tell a quick story. Okay, I'm gonna story time. You ready? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're ready. I'm gonna tell you anyways. Okay, so I went to Comic-Con one year, right? And this girl, right? She was dressed up. I'm not gonna tell you who she was dressed up. I'll tell you at the end, okay? She had black hair that was put into pigtails, and she was wearing a black wife beater. By the way, this was a fat girl, like a very fat girl. And she was wearing a black wife beater and then a red tutu skirt. And she was wearing a black sock and a red sock and then black Converse. Guess who she was?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. So I go up and I was like, who are you supposed to be? And she's like, Harley Quinn, of course. And I was like, oh, I was like, I was like, you didn't put very much thought into this costume and everything. She's like, listen, cosplay is for everybody. I'm like, not people that are gonna fucking like not put effort into it, you asshole. So
Like,
she did
not
not.
for people who went to the dollar store on their way here.
Yeah, it was very not put together. I was all like, put some effort into it, honey. I'm like, I'm not saying spend thousands of dollars. I'm just saying maybe more than like 20,
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever.
She was
Okay.
doing Walmart cosplay.
Yeah, exactly. It was very AliExpress, very. So, all right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So, of course, Tim Allen's character, and I've already forgotten his name.
Was his Mosby or was that somebody else?
No.
No, it was Jason Nesbitt because
Yes, Jason Nesbitt.
I kept writing my notes Nesbitt because in Toy Story the little girl names his toy Buzz Lightyear. He's like I'm Mrs. Nesbitt and I was like is it Nesbitt? It's Nesbitt and then I looked up I was like it's Nesmith Nesbith or Nesmith and I was like oh bummer. Anyways, go
And
ahead.
so Jason is like Captain Kirk. He is the
Yeah.
captain of the ship. He's the star of the show.
Mhm.
And he is an hour and a half late to this convention. And the rest of the cast is pissed off.
They
And the
are
only reason
so
I
mad.
bring this up is because my favorite part is the British actor. And his like meltdown.
Yeah, his Alexander. I don't remember his last name, but
He has like a complete and utter
I played
midlife
Richard the
crisis
Third.
meltdown.
I played Richard the Third on the fourth, whatever.
I had 5 curtain calls. And then he starts running out the door and he's like, I will not do it. I will not say that line ever again. And Jason goes, but the show must go on. And he goes, damn you.
Damn
and
you.
I'm like, what does that have to do with it?
Right. If that's all it takes to get you out of a slump, honey, okay, whatever.
Your therapist bills must be real low.
Right. Yeah. These people really like, I love how they're like, you did a gig without us, or you got a gig without us. And I'm all like, you guys should be grateful for these conventions. I don't know, because I read somewhere that people like William Shatner can live off conventions. Like he just does conventions or like these people that are in Star Trek that even if you have like not a huge role, like you're not a main
like
cast, but
crew member number 6.
Well, I don't know about him. He was in one episode and died in the scene, but I mean,
before the first commercial.
yeah, but I'm just like I read that they can make a living. I just going to these conventions and selling their tchotchkes and shit. And I'm like, really? That's crazy.
I know it makes you want to be an extra on one of these shitty shows, hey?
Right. I would be an extra on like Star Trek and everything.
Oh,
I'll die before the
I
first
would
commercial.
totally let them put makeup on me and shoot me with a light, laser gun,
Yeah,
whatever they're
exactly. Or
called.
like a big alien sloth eats me and oh god, it hurts. Did you like that acting right there? Yeah, you did. Shut.
You can contact me. I'm his manager. I get 15%.
Right. Yeah, and I love how he's so good with the I also real quick, but sorry, I meant to say this before. I love when they go out there and Guy is all like oh, I love their poses. Like I love how what's her face makes the karate pose or whatever. And then
Oh,
I
and
love
she does
how
the high kick, Sigourney
yeah, that
Weaver.
yeah, Sigourney Weaver. And then I love how he's like Captain, 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 Jason, 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 Jason. I'm like, why are you faking an echo? What's going on here?
That was great. I was like, you couldn't get like your tech guys couldn't, vibrate your voice. You had to do it for them.
Yeah, yeah. I also wrote down. I love how he was like in one episode. He's like, "Hey, do you guys mind if I sign some autographs with you?" Why would anybody want his autograph? Like, nobody knows you, dude. Besides, and I love how he had that gross necklace with the bare chest. I'm like, you are giving creeper vibes. Like, you're like, "Hey, little Trekkie fans, come here because I want to groom you." And I'm like, "Ew, you're gross. You're gross."
And my whole thing is too, is in a lot of these shows, don't they use the same extras over and over?
That I don't know.
Like I would assume that they do, and it's just one of those, like one day you're getting alien, the next time you get to be human, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what did you think when the aliens first like take him on the ship?
I thought it was super fun. Like I'm all like, this is fun. He's like, dumb and everything. I love how they were just like staring at his dick, yo. I'm all like, hey, yo, your dick is talking to me, buddy. It's saying, what's up? And everything. And then I did like how they're like, we have secured the limousine and everything. I loved how they talk. All the aliens, I love how they talk. But one thing real quick, if we could just backtrack to that convention part, because I was very fascinated with the convention part because I'm all like, I wonder how much of this is like indicative of real life because Star Trek fans, they like through the years, it's very well known that everybody from the cast hates William Shatner from Star Trek, the original
Oh yeah.
series, because he's kind of a and I want to say I witnessed one time at a con William Shatner, he was not being nice to a fan. He was like yelling at him, like not yelling, but like talking sternly to him, like he did something wrong. And all the guy did was stepped around somebody because he didn't want the autograph. And he's like, you can't cut in line. I'm like, yo, calm the fuck down, William. Okay. Listen here,
He's like,
Bill.
but I'm
Okay.
not here to see you.
Yeah, well, he skipped over somebody I don't remember who it was that he skipped over. Somebody was getting somebody's autograph and he moved around them to get to William Shatner. And William Shatner was just like, "You can't cut in line." I'm all like, "Yeah, but he's still talking to this asshole. What do you care? You're gonna get your $100. I think it was $100 for his autograph. What an asshole."
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Too much? Yeah, I
ridiculous.
wouldn't pay that much for his autograph. But
Yes.
yeah, so but I just wrote down those guys that come into the bathroom and they're talking about how, the cast or
Like
whatever.
they're there for shits and giggles. They're not there because they're fans. They're there to make fun of
Yeah,
everybody.
and I thought they were super huge dickheads. I'm all like, because the fans obviously love them, and I'm all like, why are you trying to shit on somebody else's parade, you fucking
And how
dickholes?
come no one else says anything? Like there's like 20 guys at the
Oh,
urinals.
I
It's like
know,
the
right?
largest men's bathroom I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like some nerds are just scared to say anything because they're like, I don't want to have to fight. But I'd be like, hey, fuckface, why don't you shut up? Okay. I'm like,
Okay, well,
you two look like virgins too. Okay. So I don't know what you're
I've
talking
been to
about.
many Comic Cons too, and trust me, nerds come in all delicious shapes and sizes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Um, and smells. Okay, so and then okay, back to the what are they called? Termians? I love how he called them the
Calls them
termites.
termites.
Yeah. The whatever they are, the Termians. I wrote down the Termians are super fun. I would have
They're
so much fun
so
with them. But
I
okay.
love when they forget to put on their disguises, their like
Oh,
human
yeah.
disguises, and they're the giant octopus
Yeah,
walking
that's
octopuses, squid things. So I liked when Jason first went on the ship, but I loved it so much more when the entire cast came on the ship. I thought the way the entire cast was hysterical, and the way Jason was like, it'll get better. Don't worry, have some gum.
yeah, no. Yeah, okay. So from the first time he went on, I loved how he was just all like they were like he's just like fire, all these stuff at him and the lizard man. And they're just like, what did you do? And everything. And I'm like, you Termians I love the choices you've made all up and down. I just love when they walk, their hands move with their leg. I just loved everything about them. Like I was just like, me and the Termians would get along very well. And then but the
Oh,
second time,
I love when the chick's voice manipulator is broken and she
yeah.
says hello and it's all
Yeah, no, I loved it too. It was really, really good. Because he's all trying to like hit on her and stuff. I'm like, you guys, like, listen, she is not attractive in my opinion. Sorry to be rude, but it's not, it's just her face, and that bob haircut is not working for her. Or any of them. But
Oh my God, the way they all have the perfectly straight high bang cut and it looks like they're glued to their head is hysterical.
yeah. But so when they bring all of the cast members to the ship, I loved how, like you said, when they first came on, the Thermians didn't do their costumes. And then I also love how Guy, he got brought along, but then as soon as they come in, everything's done. And he's just like, ah, he just starts screaming like a little bitch. And I'm all like,
Jason goes, anyone else?
yeah, 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 exactly. Although at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe that is a proper, reaction to, octopus coming at you and like trying to probe your face and shit.
But Jason didn't see that part. So he doesn't know that. By the time he walks in, they all look human.
Right.
And then when Tony Shalhoub, is that his name?
Yes.
We're gonna go with yes. Fred, his character's Fred, right?
Yes.
When
Yes.
Fred comes on, he acts like it's no big deal. Like he's done this before.
Right? Yeah.
He's like, what's
Hey,
wrong
no
with
big
this?
deal. Yeah, no big deal, guys. Everything's fine.
So now they're on the ship, and the alien lizard guy, that's the bad guy. He looks like I don't know, like put on a ghillie suit and then it got melted to his skin or something. And then he's got like this weird, like, have you ever watched those videos of like where they clean off like a cow's hoof that's been like infected and they stick this block on it?
As much fun as that sounds, I am going to say I have not witnessed this miraculous video you're talking about.
there, there's entire channels about it. But anyways, that's what it looks like over his eye.
Gotcha. You're right. I just love his little feelers on the top, how they move every now and then. I'm just like, what's going on here? And his little wings that pop up like an action figure every now and then. I'm just like, this is I'm having a great time in this universe.
That what happens when he's like really frustrated?
It's like you push a button on his chest and they just pop out. You know what I'm saying? But I also okay, so I love their second interaction, how they go through that minefield. First off, when he goes, that is the minefield. That's from the Great War of 1285. I was like, I'd watch that. What's that all about? I want to hear about that. Let's watch that. Let's watch that movie. Where are those historical documents?
Why aren't you using those historical documents as the example?
Yeah, I just loved that. I was like, that looks like fun. And then they go through that minefield and I love how they're just like screaming the whole time. I was like, super fun. I'm loving it.
So then before they do that, they have dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And they have created cuisine to each one of their home planets. So Jason's got a medium rare, like T-bone steak that he's like absolutely loving.
Yeah.
Fred's got some weird like octopus thing on his, and I'm like, dude, what does that mean later when you fall in love with the
Octopus lady.
termite
Yeah,
chickie.
termite chick. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is okay. So I don't know if you watch The Boys on Amazon, but one of the characters, the Deep, he can talk to fish. He's like Aquaman. But he also like he fucks an octopus. I'm all like, is that how this is going down? Like he puts her suck hole on his pee and like it's just and then her tentacles just flow all over the place.
He does kiss her at the end, or in the well, a little bit later, like before the end, he does kiss her, and like her face is still human, but her arms turn into the tentacles. Remember, because Guy goes, "Oh God, gross!"
Yeah.
So, it was I thought it was quite comical because they're all like, "Do you not like it?" And what's the guy's name? Alexander is like staring down at his and it's like eyeball soup or something. And like you said earlier, he goes, "Just like mother used to
Yeah,
make."
yeah. The blood tic tac toe soup, and I'm all like, ew, whatever it is, it just looks like bugs in water. That's what it looked like to me. I'm just saying.
So, um, now they have to, now they're, I love the part where they go for the beryllium spear because that's what the ship runs on, and they have to go to this planet to get one.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigourney Weaver's character cracks me up because she all of a sudden turns very maternal because the aliens on this planet are small, like children. And she's all like, "Oh, look, they're so adorable." And then one of them's wounded or tired or something.
Yeah,
And it goes,
he's got like a club foot and everything.
yeah, and he's going towards some water, and everybody else stops to let him. And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And Guy, this is my favorite because Guy's like, "Oh, great. Let's just wait. Don't go out there yet. Something horrible's going to happen." And she's like, "They're so cute." And Guy pulls her back and goes, "Have you ever actually watched the
Right, yeah.
show?" And then, like,
That the answer to that is no, she is not.
because 2 seconds later, the wounded clubfoot alien is drinking, and all the rest like eat it.
Yeah, they just tear him apart.
Yeah.
Guy, I just have to say, Guy is very full of useful thoughts and stuff because when they go to get the beryllium spear and they land on that planet, what's his face? I think it's Laredo or Fred, one of them. They just open the door. Yeah, Fred. He opens the door and he's like, "Why are you opening that? You can't breathe if you can breathe out there. Is there air?" And he's just like. And he breathes in. I was like, "That's an excellent question, Fred, that you should have thought of." But Guy is,
Guy is here for some amazing one-liner comic relief situation.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he's here for. I'm like, and useful information. But yeah, no. I did like how, and those little blue creatures, they turned real fucking angry, real fucking quick. Like they were just like, "Ha!" And I'm like, "Oh, you guys need to calm
And
the
they had, like,
down."
sharp teeth and everything.
Yeah, and
they had like
and their
sharp
little
mouths.
yeah, and their little ears were like feelers, but like weird ones. I was just like, "This is crazy. You guys suck. I wouldn't have you as pets."
And this is the part where they try to use the teleporter, and they use it on like this like alien warthog, and it's inside out when it lands on the ship, and then it blows up, and the whole time Sigourney Weaver's talking to Jason and she's like, "Just hold."
Yeah, I love how they when they first bring that warthog thing, which was, by the way, very gross. When it was like I was like, little warthog alien, gingivitis is the leading cause of all tooth decay. And then when he brings it on board, he's like, "What happened?" And the alien guy, I don't remember his name because I don't remember all their names. He's like, "It is inside out." And then he's like, "It's inside out." And then he's like, "And it exploded." And I'm all like, yeah, this is information. Maybe you should keep something secret. You know what I'm saying? But it's fine. I liked the alien. Like I said, the Thermians and me would get along because they are very fun.
Yeah. Or like later when they have the conference meeting, and Sigourney Weaver's character is just repeating everything the computer says and is asking the computer questions.
Yeah.
And is it Lorenzo?
Laredo.
Laredo is like, that's really annoying. And she's like, I've got one fucking job on this ship and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, speaking, if I could just back it up, I loved how Laredo he's the pilot of the ship or whatever. And when he was pulling out of that spaceport, right, he like totally sideswiped. I was like, way to pull out like a fucking woman. And I was just like, he just like caused the hugest scratch. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So,
And the
but
aliens are clapping when he
yeah, yeah,
gets
yeah. Which they're clapping all weird, like they're all like and everything, and I'm just like, and their laugh is weird too. They're like ah, and I was like, you guys, I love you, dopey assholes. You guys are just
I
so.
really hope if there are aliens out there, they are just like them.
Oh my goodness. If they are, I will gladly be like abducted. That's fine by me. I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally
I
fine.
will volunteer to go live on their little alien
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah, I would just be like, you guys, I don't need the blood tick soup or whatever, but I am totally into hanging out with you guys because you guys are super fun. Okay.
So eventually the way they defeat
Wait,
the
can we talk
little,
about the rock monster? That is
oh, the
really
rock monster. Yes. Oh, before they teleport Jason back on the ship. Yeah.
yeah.
And they go to fight. Yeah.
I did not like. Ooh, sorry. I did not like the rock monster. I thought that was a little anticlimactic in my opinion. I was like, oh, a rock monster, boo. I was like, I kind of wanted to. I kind of wanted something else, but it's fine. It's fine.
And I feel like we've seen that before. Like other movies have done the
Power
giant,
Rangers.
yeah,
I think
giant
was
rock.
was a rock monster. No, never mind. There was no rock monster. Was I don't remember. Anyways, it doesn't
We've
matter.
seen them in other movies. I just
Yeah,
can't.
but it was fine though. I mean, like it was very like, sci-fi. I liked it. So
Yeah.
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 Did you so in this when he's fighting the rock monster, he loses his shirt, right? Because he is dangling upside down. And I just want to be like, was this an excuse for Tim Allen to think he was like sexy underneath
Well,
his
that's
shirt?
literally what Alexander says.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
I
forgot.
see.
Yeah,
You figured out how to get your shirt off.
yeah, and yeah, and I'm all like, and don't get me wrong, Tim Allen, you're in pretty good shape, but you're not exactly a stud anymore, my dude. I mean, like which is fine, it's fine. But yeah.
Yeah. So, what was my other? So now they're back and they're fighting the guy. So what did you think when Jason's big brilliant idea is to go through the minefield really fast and just drag a
Well,
bazillion.
can we? Sorry, you mentioned Jason, but I want to talk about Justin Long real quick, just real
Oh, yes,
quick. Yeah,
because they do have to enlist his help because he's a super fan who
yeah.
believes that it's not a TV show. He thinks it's him and his friends think it's real too.
Yeah, they're like obsessed with it, which is they're troll Trekkies, which is
Yeah.
fine. But I like how they're the ones that hired him for the gig to come into
And he
their
never showed
and he
up
never showed
because
up.
the aliens hijacked it.
And I did like that. But okay, back to because Justin Long comes back, which he looks so young in this movie.
So
Um,
such a baby.
yeah. And so I did yeah, so when they're fighting that green guy and he comes over and takes over the ship, right? Oh shit. He takes over the ship. I was all like, how did he get on, you guys? Like, explain, please. Somebody explain. But they don't explain it. It's fine though.
No, it's a silly movie. They're not going to explain stuff. So they drive through the minefield again, and they are bringing hundreds of mines, and they throw the mines into the bad guy's ship, and it blows up. And they quickly hit hyperspeed or whatever it is to make them go fast and get the bejesus out of there. But the bad guy teleports onto their ship and puts a Fred skin suit on to kill Jason. Now, this is where the Omega 13 that's talked about through the whole movie, we finally get to find out what it is. And there were speculations that it would end the universe.
Right.
His little friends have the whole.
There's suspicions that would end the universe and then what?
And then Jason Long and all of his little group thinks it's just something that will reset 13 seconds back. And
Right.
Jason's all like, why 13 seconds? And they're like, it's just significant enough to change something small, but nothing major.
Right. Yeah.
So, which comes in very good handy at this part because the fake Fred shoots and kills everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
So Jason yells to the head termite. I can't remember his
Yeah.
name.
Oh,
There are so
Lincoln.
many
Oh,
names. I
Lincoln Log.
can't.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Mathazar. No,
Mathazar
no,
tells
no.
Mathazar to activate the Omega 13,
Activate the Omega 13.
which Jason Long's character is correct. It rewinds by 13 seconds. So now when Fred walks into the room, Jason just starts beating the shit out of him, and everybody else is like, oh my God, Jason,
What are
you
you
doing?
doing?
And he's like, it's the bad general guy. I can't remember his name either. So yeah, and it kind of ends with them killing the bad guy, and everyone lives happily ever after, alien wise. Only they have no home planet because the bad guy destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So they separate their ship like apart from the big ship into a smaller ship, and they crash land into the convention, and they come out of the convention. I did really love when Jason Long's character comes running out of the house carrying all of the fireworks, and his mom's like, whoa, 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 where are you going with all those fireworks? And he's like, well, the ship, whatever its name is, was accelerating a little fast when it came out of warp speed to come into our atmosphere, so we need to help it make a landing. And the mom's like, okay, just be back in time for dinner. And the dad's like, what? And she's like, well, at least he's outside.
Right. Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. And so now they're all the way, we've made a full circle, and we're back at the Galaxy Quest convention, and they're crashed in to the side, and of course they crash perfectly to where the stage is. So
Right.
now they can walk out of the crash ship onto the stage, and they're being announced. And I love when Guy comes out and the announcer goes, and another crew member. And I'm like, you do realize that like 2 days ago he was doing the announcing.
Right.
You should know he is.
Right. Yeah.
And then because all this happens, they reboot the series. They're all back online back on TV 20 years later. And now Guy is part of the team. And so is the alien lady, because she stayed to live happily ever after with Fred.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when her voice thing breaks when she is living on Earth, or her disguiser thing?
He's just going forever.
Can I be in the grocery store when that happens?
Yes. You're just like, honey, you need to calm down.
You need to go have a drink. You're a little too stressed out because they're out of skim milk. It's okay. All right.
Right.
So do you have anything else you want to add about this?
Yeah, I just want to say one last thing, okay? Yeah. By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warban, you shall be avenged. What about you? Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good. Would you recommend this movie?
100%. I love this movie. This movie's so good. What about you?
So good. It makes me laugh. It makes me so happy because of all of the things that happen. It's a delight. You should watch it. It's great. It's good for kids to watch. I love it.
Yeah, I loved it. I love it too.
Alrighty. So if you don't have anything else to add, then I think we're going to
Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated, see all of our fun movie facts, and any other polls or whatever that we might add to it. Oh, you can see Matt make fun of me through a whole bunch of short videos. It's amazing. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any platform that allows you to give a 5-star review, please give us one. It really helps us out, and we truly appreciate it. We will also be posting this to our YouTube channel. YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. So be sure to check us out there. Hit that subscribe and like button. Also, we have started a Patreon. So if you like what we do and you want a little bit more of us, or you just want to help support us financially, there are levels for everyone. And over there, it's a lot of the same, only with franchises. So we watch an entire franchise, we tell you about it and save you hours of your lives in some situations. We have done Bring It On, Jurassic Park, Scream, Sex in the City, and Ghostbusters, and much, much more. So hit the link in the description below. So we thank you guys so much for listening. Join us next week where we will once again drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, guys.
Bye.